everybody, I am Omega. Welcome back to the Day-Night Show matches. That was an excellent series that we saw earlier today between Probe and Gerthang. Our next one coming up is Henning and Dauntless. This is a best-of-3 match between a Terran player and a Zerg player, both of whom that are very good. Oh, I Am Zero is freaking Henning! Why does this guy do that? Okay, I'm sorry. All right, I'm gonna tell you something. Tell you a little secret. We're gonna go off on a rabbit trail, right? You're gonna follow me. I'm gonna hunt some rabbits. Basically, the first time I met Henning, he was a barcode for some reason. Then he changed his name again. Then he changed his name again. He does this every time they give him a free name change in StarCraft, and I always lose track of who he is. And then this one really perplexed me. I'm like, who's calling himself Zero that isn't Zero on my playlist? And I knew it wasn't Zero Lambda. So I was like, who is this guy? And I didn't remember what clan he was in, and now it all makes sense.
Oh my god. That is so funny.
I believe Morrissey is actually Dauntless. Pretty sure.
Okay.
Right? Right. No, that's backwards, isn't it?
I have no idea. Absolutely no
Morrissey,
idea. Unless they
I'm pretty
switched
sure
races.
it's Dauntless versus Morrissey, yeah. The other guy's Dauntless. At least that's what the replays say. Oh, no, wait.
Okay.
Hang on. The zip file says Dauntless versus Morrissey, but the replays say Dauntless versus Henning.
Wait, can you check their like sign up paper for DK show, because they have to name their race, right?
Well, they do. That's not even, well, technically no. They actually just have to name what they're best at. They don't really have to play it. They don't want. Hold on a sec. I'm checking something on I Am Zero's profile, rather.
Okay.
This is probably Dauntless. I think. Highest he's ever been is Diamond. How about the other guy? But he's most played Zerg. So that's probably Dauntless. I don't think Henning plays Zerg. So.
Okay.
I have it completely backwards. Alright, cool. What? Well, you know, whatever.
Alright, let me get a pen and a piece of paper so I can write this down.
Brain, yeah, we should figure out what just happened here.
Yep, totally cool. It happens. A little back.
Alright, who's who? So
yeah,
Morris...
my bad. The Terran is Henning.
Is Henning.
Of course.
Okay.
I don't know why I thought otherwise. But just reach. Yeah.
Terran.
Seems legit.
Dauntless is definitely a Zerg. But okay, in that case, we'll stick to the names that they've. Well, we'll probably want to call. I guess he's Zero now. He's I Am Zero. This is not going to be confusing or anything, but
well, if I stop talking, you should be fine. As far as that's
in any case, let me go back to actually doing the intro. So these two players are individuals who, in the Heart of the Swarm, had reached like really high diamond, basically. So I'm very intrigued to see how they approach Legacy of the Void, or whether or not, like the other players I've mentioned, they're still playing Heart of the Swarm in some respect. And in any case, though, Morrissey, also known as Henning, is actually a German player. So he's playing from the EU, whereas Dauntless, now known as Zero, apparently, is playing from the United States. So this is always a factor. You might see some weird things happen on the micro front, but hopefully it won't be that bad. Part of the reason I am killing time is so I can check to see if I got... I don't think I got anything from them.
In way of an answer?
In terms of the question.
Oh, okay.
But I am double checking because there was some weird confusion about where to send the replays from Henning, and I have multiple emails from them, and I'm kind of looking through it all. Nope. Okay, cool. So we don't have to worry about that. And in that case, we will go ahead and get started here. I don't think either of them are in the chat right now either, so we can't ask them directly, unfortunately. So, Covert, it's time for us to begin. Looks like we're going to be starting on Dusk Towers.
Oh, yeah.
Just a heads up as well for the chat, I will not be keeping an eye on the chat during the match. But I will be back.
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Oh, excellent. Going into game number 1 with a TVZ. Excellent. Can't wait to see what we see out of these two players. Very excited, Omega.
Yeah, so am I. Dusk Towers is a fascinating map for this as well. We do have it is a two-player map, though. And at the bottom of the map, we have our Teal Terran player, It is Morrissey, also known as Henning, also known as Barcode, also known as the guy who doesn't stop changing his name on me. But anyway.
Oh, yeah. Spawning in the top center position, we have the greatest color ever. It is light pink Zerg. It's FXL. I am Bling Lambda, who is Dauntless.
Oh, holy crap! Look at that. Look next to Zero's base here. For anybody on the archive, this is a Dauntless, so don't get too confused. He changed his name for some reason, but yeah, that's a trophy. It actually displays those.
Oh, hey! Yeah, it does.
What in the world? I have not seen this anywhere yet. That is so cool.
Oh,
I wonder if you have to win like a master's level for that to pop up or something.
I won a diamond level and got a trophy.
I mean, does it appear next to your base?
Yep.
Oh, that's so cool.
I didn't even recognize it until one of my viewers was like, "Hey, nice trophy next to your base." I was like, "Oh, thanks. Didn't even know I was there."
It has an icon on it that isn't textured. Oh well, I have no idea what he won. Anyway,
yeah, it's probably. Let's be real. It's probably Grandmaster.
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 Grandmaster Artosis.
Yeah. Pretty standard openings coming out of both of these people. Oh, this is actually quite not standard. It looks like Morrissey is opting for the reactor before getting a Reaper. Very interesting. This is going to allow him to ramp up on a butt ton of Marines early on while he establishes an early expansion. Both players going for a macro opening. Excellent.
It makes sense on this map. Since you have that tucked in back natural, you don't necessarily have to devote as many resources to protecting the front ramp. So I think it makes a lot of sense here to go for an expansion.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, the tricky thing becomes the third base. It just, depending on the situation, can be a little bit weird to take just this massive ramp that exists here.
Oh, that's so true.
But I'm actually pretty curious, because I haven't seen a lot, like really enough Zerg play yet to kind of get a feel for what they do in this particular matchup. Do you have any insights covered?
Okay. Well, I would guess, like, if I was to start somewhere with Zerg, I would either go for, depending what you want to do. Do you want to go for some sort of Hydra Lurker tech, which I'm guessing would be outrageously effective versus Bio Armies, which it looks like the Terran player is going to be favoring here, also getting up a factory? Or do you go for some sort of Roach with the Ravager tech? Because Ravagers are actually really, really good at picking off any sort of early Liberator aggression. Because the Liberator has to stop moving, and then you can just shoot that mortar shot. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Liberators would be pretty interesting here, I think, for sure. They definitely have. They seem to have a place, I think, in most matchups. Unfortunately, for Layton's dying for the Zerg cause. Looks like there was a massive lag spike, judging by that random pause that appeared out of nowhere. Yeah, recovered from a replay. Oh, it was a crash.
Oh no!
Well,
oh my goodness.
That's insane. It patched the two replays together into one.
Whoa.
Think about it. We just got to see the beginning part
cool.
before they recovered. Oh, that is so awesome! I didn't know it did that.
That's pretty sweet. That being said, continuing on in this match, we see a starport going out for the teal player. Also coming out of Terran, what I really love to see is some sort of Hellbat Banshee play. I've watched the only pro streamer I've watched, I forget exactly who it was, if it was Pult or someone else, but they had this amazing like 2-racks Marine Hellbat Banshee all-in on 2 bases that is just absolutely hilarious, and it works really, really well versus Zerg players.
I did hear that Pult was actually doing some very interesting stuff on his stream where he was taking replays and analyzing them.
Oh, cool.
Kind of out of nowhere, like he just started doing this on his stream. And just like, it's kind of nice. I hope he keeps it up. It feels a little bit of a gap in there since the Day 9 hasn't been able to do that.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, absolutely missed the Day 9 daily. Bailing this, though, going down for our pink Zerg player is going to grant him good amount of protection and Spire Tech. Ooh, interesting. Interesting
Spire
decision.
Tech. Have we seen a lot of Muta play? I would imagine not, just because of the Liberators.
No. Yeah, no, I actually haven't seen very much at all, especially because, excellent point, Omega, because if we look at the starport here, it only requires a reactor, or just like no tech lab. No tech lab is needed for a Liberator, so you can pop them out 2 at a time on that starport. However, you need 300 gas if you want to be double producing it, so that eats up all of the gas economy. Speedling heading across the map to scout to see if his opponent has a third, while a drop for our Teal Terran players.
Oh, that is the worst thing to run across with a drop.
Oh no!
Let's well, you know what? Let's just kill the Overseer. There's no guaranteed damage. It's cool. Now he doesn't know if I'm still coming at his base.
Wow, excellent pickup there. Denying the scouting information for the Pink Zerg player. And also, he saw that there's no Overlord speed going down. So there's no threat of any sort of early drop play with a bunch. But we see the Banelings, dealing so much damage, taking out half that Bioforce.
Really?
Oh, no.
Really?
Oh my goodness, gonna pick up.
Picks up and leaves.
Going straight for the natural 7 Mutalisks on their way, but this drop is going to be able to do some slight damage before he gets picked off by these Zerglings. Excellent defense coming out of our Pink Zerg player.
Yeah, Lings and Creep are pretty good, as it turns out, at getting your Lings to defend these kinds of things. So, Zero here, showing that he is on the ball. That is a lot of Banelings, maybe a little overkill.
Ooh, yeah, that's so much gas invested into that. That's going to take away from Mutas.
Yeah, he's going Mutas.
Yeah.
I actually like this here, mostly just because, like, Liberators as a counter against Mutas, well, we do have this engagement, or rather this slaughter happening where a bunch of Marines just died, and so did the medevacs with no contest. But Liberators are obviously a great response to Mutalisk, since they have that really good short-range anti-air area of effect attack. Looks like they're gonna play it you. Okay, but yeah, they're good at this, but obviously the mutas need to be packed together. So if they're magic boxed over the things, they're not going to be anywhere near as effective, and because their individual damage is actually quite low in an AA scenario. The other problem with them is that they need about 6, or they just die, and they're expensive, and it hurts badly if the mutas are able to take them out before it becomes a problem. Banelings are going to smash down this wall real easy, though.
Oh my goodness, and no tank siege either, so they're just going to be able to storm right in the base. Oh, most of the Banelings are suiciding on buildings. There's so many Marines left over, and oh my goodness, a bunch of units are going to evaporate immediately. But look at this, no missile turrets anywhere, but he's just going to engage this directly.
I actually was thinking for a moment there that Henning was going to hold that, but that that Baneling hitting the entire Marine balls, obviously, kind of the end of that. Dauntless picks up the first game pretty solidly. Kind of got the impression Henning maybe little getting real bad lag actually throughout that. His reaction speed was very much lower than I recall. But yeah, not that it really... unfortunately, guys, this is just a reality when you're playing cross-continental matches like this. There's no good solution to this other than I hope you both have really good internet, basically. But that's kind of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Very nice Baneling bust and Muta harass coming out of our Zerg player, able to shut down those drops and be able to take game number 1. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, Zero, by the way, don't think you're muted if you think you are.
Oh.
I'm not sure your mute button's been working. Well, I mean, every time you... Yeah, in the previous match when you tried to mute yourself, it actually didn't. Like when you sneezed or when... Yeah.
Yeah. Oh!
Oh, they can't hear you? That's totally fine. Stream, I'm talking to myself. Ignore everything I'm saying until now. Weird. That's strange, man.
And switch it over to this, and I should sound much better now, much clearer.
Whoa, oh, yeah, wow.
You do. It's also kind of weird that I didn't notice anything was wrong, but...
Right? And now I'm going to mute properly. There we go.
Yeah.
But we can still hear you, so... Yeah.
Whoop, whoop. Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Sorry, everybody. Obviously, that won't be on the recording, so... Yeah. Well, actually, it probably will, because I don't go to that level of editing anymore. Anyway, we're moving on here to... I guess I can't avoid being embarrassed into the past and forever into the future.
Oh my goodness. Looks like we switched over to the EU server as Dauntless name. is indeed Dauntless here. And also, we see that diamond border around Henning's screen name.
Yeah.
Excuse me, his portrait.
They are, in fact,
All right.
Demon.
All right, spawning in the bottom left corner of this map, we have none other. Down 0-1 is the Teal Terran, Henning.
And at the top of the map, we have his Zerg player currently ahead by 1 game. It is, in fact, Dauntless. So here, obviously, the lag bonus, as it were, is going to go to Morrissey instead, who we can see now has a trophy next to his command center. So he's won a tournament too, in case you wondered. And Dauntless is like, he's really cold. Wear clothes.
Wear clothes. I don't like pants. Yeah, no pants.
I wonder if he's seen your stream at all.
Yeah.
He had no way of predicting that you would guess this, so I don't think it's just a very like-minded individual. Wear a skirt and leggings.
Wear a skirt.
Get a kilt. Alright.
Latte.
Anyway, it looks like we're actually starting with a little bit of a different setup from our Terran and a very similar one from our Zerg.
Yeah, it's interesting. We have a hatch first coming out of Dauntless here, and also going to be throwing down that spawning pool after opening up a gas. So he's going to have 100 gas shortly thereafter, or immediately after the spawning pool finishes. It'll be interesting to see what he decides to spend that gas on. Is he going to go for a Roach Warren, or is he going to go for an early Zergling speed, or maybe a Baneling nest to set up for a Baneling bust?
In case you were wondering if you should copy this build from Henning, apparently that's not a good idea, as he points out that my build makes no sense. Which, I mean, I wasn't gonna... it seemed fine to me, man. I don't know what you're talking about. I really don't.
Oh my goodness. And speed. It is going to be some speed. All right. Excellent. And we see yeah, we see... Yeah, it's okay. We see more or less the same opening coming down from Morrissey, aka Henning. It's going to be opening up that double barracks, getting that fast reactor button. This time, he's going to be sending out an SCV scout, and he's going to see... Oh my goodness, he's going to see these 4 Zerglings coming up. Oh, looks like they had
servers. He also sees the researching spawning pool. Weird thing that is true about this game. I don't think it's been patched yet. But say you're running through somebody's base and you see a building constructing, right? There's usually no way for you to tell what that is. But the game has a ping system now. So if you alt-attack ping onto the building that you just didn't see, it will actually tell you what it is.
Really? Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Obviously that's a bug, and I hope they patch it out. But that's a little weird.
That is weird. That is really bizarre.
But if somehow your opponent like sees the building for a millisecond and he knows what it is, that's why.
Oh, okay. Wow, looks like 12 more Lings are going to join these 4 Lings at the front of Henning's base. Let's see if he's going to start morphing in some Banelings, try and bust down the front and get some aggression going. Doesn't look like it's going to be too much of an all-in as we see more drones getting produced going to that natural.
Yeah, he wants to get some aggression done. I mean, I guess for this map, this is just something that makes a lot of sense with how this third just has a double entrance like this. And whoever is kind of pressuring the other person when they're trying to take it will probably have an easier time picking it up. But Dauntless does seem to want to go for a very explicit Baneling bust here, which, if he's able to focus down one of the Banelings, I believe he won't be able to get through.
Oh yeah, he gets one, and look at that.
Yep, that's
Supply depot.
That's all it takes.
Boom.
LeMail.
Oh. Oh my goodness.
Dodge
these players
respond and be like, with just testing you,
Oh,
you're gonna
look
get
at this.
grilled.
Wow. Wow, the Terran player is definitely scared of any sort of further Baneling bustiness. Going to throw down 2 bunkers in the engineering bay to further bust up or buckle up his front. But look at this. Behind this, he's just getting an extra hatchery, making lings for defensive purposes. A couple of Banelings just in case he gets a drop at his base. and continuing to macro up to layer tech.
I think Henning may have way overreacted to those banelings, unfortunately, as he's thrown down a couple bunkers for the additional defense, and he's building a lot of Marines. He's keeping SCVs out here while his opponent's just getting a third. There's no attack coming. This is all just a bunch of minerals that isn't going to be going into more useful things, and I think that's actually a pretty good choice on Dauntless' part, just kind of recognizing, he seems to know what he's doing, protect this, I'm not going to invest any further into it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so true, and I love this decision-making from Dauntless. Recognizing that his third is going up easy peasy, he's going to go double Evo and just get a macro hatch, and then continue to macro up. But ooh, look at this burrow tech coming out of the hatchery. I cannot wait to see what sort of burrow shenanigans, possibly some burrow banelings, as we see two medevacs heading across the map.
Okay. He should be pretty decently defended for this. Looks like the banelings are actually going to catch wind that the medevacs are there. We'll probably see him split off some of his units toward his natural, as it seems like that's where... No, he's not doing it in time, unfortunately. All the lings and the banelings in the complete wrong side of the base, as the medevacs are going to fly right in here and drop the Marines right on top of this Queen. Queen's going to go down, and it looks like he wants to... I think he's just going to end up picking up out of here. Nope, there's not enough lings here. He's going to take them all out without any resistance. Here come the banelings. He's going to get a little bit of time to attack the workers, and he's taken out quite a few so far. 12 workers of the Zerg side have already been killed. We have this guy's just going to maneuver around and I guess keep the banelings busy for a little bit. I think he wanted to go for some more drop action, but the timing wasn't there for it.
Yeah, wow, Dauntless having 1,000 minerals and 800 casts in the bank. His macro is definitely getting interrupted here from this drop. Excellent split aggression. Wow. Henning catches back up on the macro, trying to get 2 base saturation while throwing down another command center and additional barracks.
Direct engagement with the lings here, but the Marines should pick up and get out of the way. Got a few lings before that. But again, he lures the army down. Well, it looks like he's trying to lure the army into a spot where he can kill a few things for free. And I really like that maneuvering right there. Go up toward the high ground like he's going to go up there and then just land down here. He's able to get more than half of the banelings. And then suicides the Marine to kill the rest. Very heartless, but effective.
Yeah, wow, absolutely incredible. And this Queen just now finishing up at the natural. He's so starved for larva here, it's so hard for him to repopulate, and banelings now morphing in are not going to finish in time to clean up this bio. This medevac aggression is brilliant coming out of Henning here. It's dealing so much more damage than it should.
It is. The Marines are starting to get a little bit bruised now, so an extended engagement with the lings is really not working out for him. You can even see he's starting to pick up, and probably take off here at least to repair the Marines, so to speak. Because they are, very close to death. But they have definitely paid for themselves several times over. It's kept Dauntless extremely busy, and he hasn't really been able to spend his resources. Unfortunately, the same kind of applies to Morrissey. Both players kind of having a little difficulty in that regard. High APM engagements do not make for great building back home unless you have to be a very good player.
Oh, that's so true. And look at this. Just now, Baneling speed starting to get research, and these Marines will start doing work on the Banelings. But luckily enough, enough Zerglings have been morphed here to be able to outbite the threat. But the threat isn't over, because back home we see 3 siege tanks, 4 more medevacs, and a smothering of Marines to complement this army. And the third getting established from Henning. Very beautiful to start matching his opponent on bases, as just now that we're in the 8 to 9 minute mark, these mineral patches are going to start whittling away in the main base, Omega.
Yep. And it's actually a little bit of an interesting scenario in that I believe Dauntless has just managed to kind of pull in more. But he's actually slightly ahead in workers. The only place he has a problem right now is army, which is about to get a lot worse. So many move commanded links.
Oh my goodness.
Not that it would have the move command is not that. But still, it looks like he's going to back off here and not really fight this, which I don't blame him. Maybe lose an Overlord for free as this army moves north.
Oh, but,
no. Yeah, there just isn't... You've noticed... Yeah, tech isn't coming out really for our Zerg player until now. We have a Spire that's actually about to finish soon. It might be too little too late.
Yeah, and look at this. The Terran player is just able to get the perfect positioning before our Zerg player is going to be able to do anything. All he has to do is siege up some siege tanks in this corner. Only Zerglings on the field, no range attackers, because the Spire is just about to finish. So these tanks are just going to be able to reinforce while a single medevac of Marines is going to be coming down. But look at this, the wraparound coming from our pink player. Is Morrissey going to be able to pick up the siege tanks in time? There go the Banelings destroying everything.
Basically no micro at all, unfortunately, occurs to keep the Siege Tanks alive. One does survive, and it will get some really good value out of the fact that these rocks are still here.
Wow.
But is it going to be enough? I mean, he is taking out most of the workers here. He looks like he might get this hatchery as well. And I think if he can at least pick this up and then hold the counterattack that comes, Terran should be in a decent position. Okay, lose. Okay, well, maybe not quite as worth it now that the only thing that survived was basically medevacs.
Oh my goodness, no servers to be able to be able to blame for that.
Can't blame lag this time. Playing on your home turf, buddy.
Yeah. Look at this though, so many medevacs still alive and they have so much energy. These Zerglings are going to do absolutely nothing as the DPS coming out of these Zerglings is not going to be nearly enough. But Banelings might just do the trick.
Oh, but is he going to have enough time to get these up? Yes, he does. Baneling speed is done. Does crash into the army, and it looks like the Banelings just barely don't really finish in time. I mean, they did, but you know, they did, but it was not enough.
Wow, our Pink Zerg player is trying to establish 2 extra bases, but these rocks are still up, and it looks like our Teal Terran player, Henning, is going to absolutely continue this aggression, picking up 2 tanks that are already pre-sieged, is going to allow him to set up that nasty position all that much sooner and all that much more efficiently.
I do like that maneuver, as it is going to keep the siege tanks also more or less safe from any surrounds. And that just demolished the Zerg army. There basically is nothing alive now. He does have an excellent Baneling mine, though! Is he gonna hit him? Yes! Okay, cuts out half of the Marines, which is gonna help a lot here, but does it buy him enough time? 30 more Lings are being produced, and he's getting air upgrades, so I think he does want to go up into those Mutalisks, but I don't think he's gonna have the minerals for it.
Yeah, look at this. Only 2 mineral patches in the main as this push is now coming full force up the front of our Pink Zerg's player. Only with Zerglings to be able to defend this is going to mark some strain in the Marines, hoping these siege tank shots are also going to deal some work on the Marines, but there's so many medevacs here, it's almost nearly impossible. And look at this. Dauntless is going to tap out. GG. The series is going to an ace match, Omega.
Ooh, I wonder how they decided what server to play the next one. I feel that's somewhat of a relevant factor. Though, my goodness, I have to say that was actually quite exciting.
Yeah.
Kind of makes you think that, like, in that initial siege tank fight, it probably would have gone very heavily in the Terran's favor if he was ready to pick up those siege tanks and plop them on the high ground. But yeah, it didn't quite work out.
Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful positioning with those siege tanks, and also that double medevac drop, he made so much utility out of that, killing tons and tons and tons of Lings. And just looking at the units lost tab right there at the end, it was like something like 2,000 resources for the Terran side, up to nearly 20,000 for the Zerg side. Terran, the unfucking believably amazing engagements through and through that entire match. It was very, very beautiful utility there from our Terran player. Whew. Oh yeah.
All right. Well.
Oh, we doing this.
Looks like we're going to game 3.
Ooh. Ace match, Omega.
Thanks to everybody who is coming to hang out with us this wonderful afternoon. Hope you're having a fantastic day.
Oh yeah, guys, I'm so happy we were able to bring you such hype matches today. Oh yes.
Yeah, I really do have to. Well, we'll get into this in a moment. Anyway, the Terran, the Teal Terran at the top of the map, who's currently sending a SCV out on the map immediately. It is Morrissey, also known as Henning.
Back onto the other server we go. Tied 1-1, won the first game. Let's see if he can clinch it out in this ace match. Is none other than the Pink Zerg IM0, aka Dauntless.
It looks like Blitz. I'm assuming that's Saber Z. Sounds like a friend of one of the players who was watching their matches and probably should not have access to the referee function next time. But,
Oh
we don't mind, by the way, if you have observers playing your matches, just like, who's sort of going, is that cheese? now, Dauntless is actually going to look. And it's a little, nope, no, he's not. Never mind.
My God.
Cool. It's going to burn even more then. Anyway, Anyway, in the
Oh
middle of the
my
map, we have our Terran player doing a very, I think this is actually a very reasonably effective move on this map, which is to just throw down 2 barracks and a supply depot. The supply depot actually walls this off completely. He has to run an absurd distance to get to the other side or go through it. And so even if this is discovered, this is actually a very defensible position, and it is discovered. Our Zerg player now sees it. Let's see how he reacts.
Oh my goodness, an opening hatch first is going to be outrageously difficult for a Zerg player to see, but the most important thing is that he doesn't lose this Overlord. If he loses this Overlord, he's going to have to produce another one. Not just taking up minerals, but also larva. Every single pair of Zerglings that are going to be made from our pink player to defend this is going to be extremely important. We see, oh no, oh, not sure what to do with these drones, denying mining time from himself. He is torn. Oh my god, he's going to cancel the hatch. Oh no. Oh no.
I figured it out. Well, that was fast.
Oh, man.
Wait. 2 + 2. Oh, right. Okay.
Just now establishing gas in his main. He's going to throw down a smothering of spine crawlers. Excellent decision, but the most important thing is that he stops the Terran player from going up his ramp. If the Terran player is able to establish some bunkers on the high ground, this will spell doom for our Zerg player.
Unfortunately, our Zerg player has encountered an incredibly large problem, namely that one Marine is running around the map looking for Overlords, has found one and killed it. That means that our Zerg player is now supply blocked, which is... This usually is not super relevant, but in this kind of situation where it's a one base battle, losing any supply buildings is really bad. Really bad. And it looks like we're going to have a little bit of a maneuvering fight here around these bunkers, both of which look like they're going to actually be able to go up, unfortunately, as not quite enough of an... Oh, it's canceling one.
Oh,
still
no.
The other losing most of the wings in the process, though.
Oh, 900 minerals in the bank. Oh my goodness, IM0 is having so much trouble here just establishing any sort of unit production, whereas our teal aggressor is not having very many problems, but also floating 600 minerals. Let's see if he built a command center behind this. He's already locked the Zerg player out from being able to take an expansion. Also floating 100 gas to see if he's going to be able to spend this gas for something like roaches or banelings. Yeah, there we go. Baneling nest going down. Excellent decision making.
So we have kind of like a little bit of a constant battle between the static defenses here at the front of the Zerg base, and a lot of Marines have gone down, almost got the bunker down, but it was repaired and it's going to be kept alive by those 3 SCVs at the back, and I think this is just turning out to be the thing that he needs a solution to, and it looks like he has chosen Banelings for this.
Yeah, very interesting. Fun fact too, Omega, spines actually slightly outrange bunkers. So if IM0 is going to be able to defend this spine, he will cost resources and time from the Terran player. But look at this. Sure enough, we see a command center going down in the main. This is not our teal player's last final stand. This is just the beginning.
No, which is why I think Henning's follow-up to this is very good. He kind of knows that eventually he'll be able to build the tech to get out. So he's just grabbing a command center, and really what he needs to do is just kind of keep his Marines safe. Keep them alive as well as he can, build them up to a certain point, walk away when things start to look bad, and he'll have a really nice lead.
Oh yeah, but we absolutely need to see more larva injects on this hatchery. Oh, come on, Macro. Macro, you can do it. Oh my goodness, no Zergling speed yet.
Not only can he do it, but he can just kind of do it in advance. Oh, we have the Banelings running in and actually able to cut off any repair on the bunker. The bunker goes down, but there's another bunker back here. Unfortunately, the Marines are cut off, and they are going to be annihilated for the most part. Unfortunately, he has no more Banelings, so breaking through the secondary wall is going to be a little bit difficult.
Yeah, those Zerglings got a really nice snack there, Omega, but this fight is surely not over. Excellent. Starting to spread the creep with the Queen. A very, very nice play, and we see the macro starting to resume. Only 12 workers on this mineral patch, though, in the main. He's cutting off a lot of his economy, but it's okay because he's still floating. Are very close to around 900 minerals. And look at this progression of economy, progression of tech from our teal Terran player back home. He knows that the damage has been done. He's cut off his opponent, and he's planning to be able to take this game in the mid-game.
And I think it's looking pretty reasonable that he might do that. Unfortunately, I think this element of StarCraft hasn't changed too terribly much from Heart of the Swarm. In this position, you're really limited on what you can do. Going for the bust is one option. Going for a Nidus Swarm is another option that you'll sometimes see players go for. But if it's gotten this far back, it's pretty tough to really do anything.
Yeah, absolutely. was absolutely beautiful early aggression coming out of our Terran player. Look at this, researching Stim in the middle of the map, very, very confident that he's going to be able to hold off this position for long enough to be able to get that Stim up. Because of course, our Pink Zerg's first concern is to establish a natural expansion, because in 2 minutes time, these mineral patches in the main are actually going to start wearing out.
We now see that there's also a for our Zerg player at the moment. He's able to deny that bunker immediately next to the minerals. And here we have the bust of the secondary wall. The Banelings coming down, taking care of one building and another, but unfortunately we saw yet another bunker on the low ground. Except this one he can actually avoid entirely if he wants. So the question is, back home, does our Terran player have adequate defenses?
Oh, that is absolutely true. And look at this double eBay up. Siege tanks starting to be produced. He is in nowhere any shortage of tech, any short of Marines. We see this supply depot is going to be sufficiently defended because there are no more Banelings left on the field. This Stim is absolutely going to finish. And look at this bunker. Supply depots at the front. Another engineering bay, going up to 3 engineering bays for this wall off.
A lot of Marines look like trying to think about whether or not want to support their buddies in the bunker, and I'm starting to think it's actually kind of getting to a frightening number, and he's going to actually pick up Stim now as well.
Whew.
This is... and it's looking really good for our Terran player.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't say it any other way.
Oh my goodness. And just now, Zergling speed finishing up at the 8-minute mark. He hasn't had that for the 5 minutes that he could have had it, but that's okay. Looks like there aren't enough Zerglings to be able to engage this army directly. And now, I love this decision making from Pink. He says, I need to stay up with economy. I'm guessing my opponent has already expanded back home. I need to do that. Look at this, matching it expansion for expansion. Our Teal Terran player is not going to give a Zerg opponent any leeway.
Yeah, I do really like what Dauntless is doing here, picking up Banelings in this situation. It is going to be one way to get really, really efficient engagements that he might be able to bring it back with. Of course, the efficiency of that does come down somewhat to how well Henning engages. If he splits really well, that advantage kind of disappears. If he has caught enough siege tanks and engages in a good spot, then the Banelings won't do anything. It is a little bit of a gamble.
Absolutely.
Part of me wants to see him get Burrow. Also just because there's a part of me that just really enjoys the Baneling mines. But the problem with that, unfortunately, is it works once. So you better get a lot of value out of it, because it's not doing anything again for the rest of the game.
Yeah, exactly. And once, also, if you have a series to play against your opponent, right? Like, Scarlet, the first time she ever got Burrow was against Bomber in that Red Bull tournament.
Yep, and you never do it again. Man. Can't happen.
Nope. Never again.
Well, this one Marine, having just gained a shield since that upgrade finished, is also going to be letting his boss know, hey guys, they're working on the rocks. And here come the Marines to respond.
Oh god, here come the siege tanks dropping directly beyond the rocks.
Boom, boom. Oh, half the links are dead. Oh, okay.
Happy birthday. Oh my goodness.
Is that what explosions make you think of?
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, it's like a Michael Bay birthday, right? You get shot at by siege tanks and there are explosions everywhere. Oh my goodness, loading up all of these medevacs. He's going to drop with 2 medevacs of Marines with 2 siege tanks directly for the main. This is going to be an extremely difficult defense for our Zerg player.
Some of these medevacs actually flying into the vision radius of an Overlord. Let's see if Daunt reacts. Unfortunately, no, did not see it on the minimap. Probably eyes preoccupied elsewhere at that point in time. But... oh no, he definitely didn't see it. He's building the spire right there. Oh gosh, and here we go.
No. Oh, the 2 siege tanks taking a few pot shots, going to take down the Queen of the Marines. In the main are going to take down... no! Oh, the spire gets canceled, and now the winged Banelings are just showing up now, picking off some of the Marines and the siege tanks. So there's only Marines, but with 4 medevacs, these are going to deal so much more healing. And now drones getting picked off. The one thing that Pink needs, and that's GG.
There was no, you'll notice at that point as well, he had no minerals. He was building 14 lings.
Oh.
There was no way. That was pretty much over. That's brutal, man.
Wow, yeah, what a beautiful cheese, followed up by an incredible economic tech game coming out of our Terran player. Definitely very well seasoned to recognize that he didn't need to win there. All he needed to do was delay his opponent while he just played SimCity back home. GG, the series going 2-1 to Henning.
Okay. So, just like last time, guys, we're going to take a couple-minute break, and I believe you said you were going to be feasting out here.
Yeah, I gotta head out. I have to get dinner before I head to a game night with a bunch of friends. Whoop, whoop.
Makes sense.
Awesome.
Well, special thanks to you, good sir. Thank you for hanging out with us. As always, please do make sure all of you out there check out everything Covert Muffin does at twitch.tv/covert_muffin, right?
Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
that's the one.
And of course, Teamwork Tuesday as well on
T-squared.
same channel on Tuesday in the evenings from like 8 to 10.
Yep, it's 8 to 10. Yeah.
Yeah, memorized it all correct. And of course, do keep an eye on his speedrunning efforts, as they're very, very entertaining.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to dive full force into that. Oh my goodness, guys, thank you so much. Also in the chat, major shout outs to you guys in the chat for hanging around. And I hope you enjoyed these matches as much as I did. Major shout outs to Omega and Zero. Thank you guys for having me on. I always have way too much fun.
Oh yeah,
Stuff.
yeah, no
Anytime,
problem.
buddy.
Yep. All right, guys, we'll be back in just a few moments.